Okay, so I'd like to go ahead and respond to this dude's comment. Both of his comments, they're extremely long, and I wasn't about to type out an answer to them. So let's just go ahead and. This one is in response to on the right. It's in. He was like in my video. Not a word of kindness came out of your mouth, sir. And then all this, As a follower of Jesus Christ, the big JC, student didn't. Yeah. So he's right. Um, yeah, and I was telling him like all this whole bullshit about like, you know, I I pray that you repent and believe the good news and you know, God bless, all this shit. And I was like, I'd rather just talk shit out up front and just be real than all this fake bullshit that these people do, you know. Anyway, we went back and forth. You can read if you want. I'll just go ahead and hit read more if you care that much. But yeah, let me go to his comment now. This was after I pointed out to him that what I just told you. Like, yeah, I am condescending or whatever the fuck. And he was calling me a hypocrite, and I was like, no, I'm not a hypocrite by calling you condescending because I'm being condescending, because that's not all I was talking about. I wasn't just saying, hey, stop being mean, and then I'm mean. No, I was saying you can say whatever the hell you want, but don't try to wrap it up in this fake ass Christian bullshit where it's like, I really hope that you find God, sir. I really hope that you realize how deeply immoral and wrong you are and how you're going to hell if you don't turn around. Like, shut the hell up, bro. How can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when all the time there is a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite. First take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. So he's saying, again, he's just reiterating that he didn't fucking read my comment to him because I laid out the distinction. I'm not just calling you condescending while being condescending. I'm calling you condescending while not admitting that you are. Meanwhile, I'm being condescending and can admit that that's what the fuck I'm doing. This whole time you're trying to do this fake Christian bullshit. You're like, I'm caring for you. I'm trying to help you right now. I care so much about you, good sir. Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they might trample under your... just spamming fucking Bible verses at me. This is so annoying. I hate this guy. I hate people like this guy. Do not answer a fool according to his folly, or you will be just like him. Again, don't try and give an argument. Don't try to respond to what the hell I'm saying. Just spam Bible verses that call other random people that have nothing to do with this fucking conversation fools. Oh, look, here's a Bible verse that calls someone else a fool. So I need to obey this Bible verse and not give an argument for this. Like, what the hell are these people? Like, how do you think this way? I don't understand how people fucking think this way. Actually, I don't. I don't fucking get it. I mean, I get what they're going for. I don't get how they arrive to that end. Repent. God bless. I mean it. The Bible says God is kind towards believers and unbelievers. The fact that you have life is a gift from... Like, what are you... He's just saying shit. Can you please respond to what I said, please? I seriously want God to bless you with his full kindness, or with his kindness and knowledge, so that you may come to full knowledge of Jesus' sacrifice. Although you already know capital He does in fact exist, and are suppressing the truth in unrighteousness. Where's the other end of the parentheses, buddy? And no, I don't already know he exists. I can't stand when these people do that bullshit too, where they're like, tell atheists, I know what you believe. You actually do, deep down in your subconscious, believe God exists. You know there's a God. You know there is. You just don't believe in him. That makes no fucking sense. Oh my God. I hate how they use these words interchangeably. Like, they'll use the word believe, and that's supposed to therefore imply, or right there imply, like, you also accept everything. You accept all his moral teachings. You agree with his stances on stuff. You do want to worship him. You can believe in him without worshiping, but they won't do that. They'll go believe, and that means everything. So then it makes addressing shit like this difficult. They need to be more precise in their language, all of them. So, no, I don't believe, and let's see. You do know he exists and are suppressing the truth in unrighteousness. No, I don't know that he exists. I'm pretty fucking sure he doesn't. At least the Christian God for sure. I don't know about maybe a whatever, what if you even want to call it God, but I don't know. I don't know what the hell sparked the universe into creation, if that's what you're asking. It could be so many different fucking things that I'm not even going to sit here and give an answer for it. He hardens and have mercy on whom he has mercy. Oh, he will harden who he hardens and have mercy. In other words, free will doesn't exist. That's what I'm getting from this. He will harden who... Why the fuck is God hardening people's hearts by himself, where they literally have no choice but to not follow him? Oh, I'm going to harden your heart and make you not believe in me, and then send you to hell after you don't. What the fuck? What the hell God do you even believe in, you stupid cunt? And have mercy on whom he has mercy. I cannot change your heart. Only he can. Pray that he will so that you can live forever. No, I don't want to live forever. I don't fucking want to live forever. I want to enjoy my time now, which I'm doing. And I love every second. Okay, maybe I do want to live forever, actually. That sounds pretty nice. Alright, let's go to his next one. Okay, so I'm gonna read this one actually. So wait. Okay, this guy says, I understand that facts are set in stone, and I'm not disagreeing, but my question is, if there isn't a God above us, then where do our morals come from? I tell him, we developed them over a long period of time. That is fucking true. This is just conjecture. This is just hypothetical. This is just fucking guessing. This is true. For example, tribes that killed each other were less likely to survive, so we evolved a trait of finding horror in killing each other. It's the same way we developed a fear of heights. You mutate a fear of something, and then once you have that fear, if what you have a fear of is negative and can be bad for the species and can lead to death especially, then you will avoid that thing, live on to pass your genes, and then your children will do the same, will have that same tendency. The tribes that murdered each other, and they didn't get to live to pass on their genes. So they don't have children that don't value killing. And of course, there are individual discrepancies. Of course, that just happens whenever a baby is being formed in the womb. But, taking the entire population, you get big rules like that. Like, scared to jump off of a fucking 12-foot, building. 12 foot. Like, 300-foot building. In the same way, there is variation in fears. There's variation in people's moral values. It may be uncomfortable for some that you can't ground these values in something concrete or objective, but that is just life. It being uncomfortable doesn't mean it's all of a sudden logical to assume that they are grounded in something concrete. That makes no fucking sense. And he goes, and then the guy that the whole argument is about goes, okay, so there is no real truth, and yet my morals are wrong because you say so. What makes your viewpoint true if there is no objective truth, and what makes mine false if it's all up to interpretation? I said, I didn't say there is no real truth. I said there is no objective moral truth. That is what I'm talking about morals, okay? And yet, if you agree with my moral system, then they are wrong because I say so. They could also be wrong if through reasoning I show you how you don't actually believe in them. For example, if someone thinks abortion is okay and their reason is because the baby is unconscious, I could tell them that people in a coma, and the reason I chose abortion was because this guy's Christian and I know he's going to agree with the pro-life position. So I'm using the pro-life position to show somebody or to show this guy that even though morals are not objective, that doesn't mean he's trying to make it out to be like, look, what makes my viewpoint true and yours false, or yours true and mine false. We just can never have any conversation. Somebody could go out and murder a bunch of people, and then I'll come up and be like, hey, bro, that just feels wrong, bro. And there's nothing I can even say about that. I can't even tell him he's wrong. I just say it feels wrong, bro. And I'm telling him that's not the fucking case. So let me go ahead and show you how that's not the case. I could tell them that people in a coma are also unconscious, and if that person agrees that killing people in comas is bad, which, I mean, go ask any pro-choicer, they'll tell you yes, killing somebody while they're just in a coma would be bad. Like, especially if you knew in 9 months they were going to come out of the coma. You can't just murder people in a coma just because they're in a coma. Of course, there's other reasons, other factors that influence that decision being made. So any click-clacking dumbasses in the comments that were like, ooh, I found a little point. No, you didn't. Okay? There are other, yes, people in comas get killed sometimes, but we're isolating the one characteristic of being in a coma, which is being unconscious, and we're saying that doesn't just get to tell you can kill anybody. Even though you say it does with babies, you don't actually believe that when it comes to other things. So therefore, you're wrong. Even though you just subjectively came up with that criteria, you're still objectively inconsistent. Yeah, I'm not saying the original thing you said was objectively wrong. I'm saying you don't even believe what you said. You're objectively inconsistent. You get that? You get that, you idiot? And do not reply back with, well, what if they do think you can kill people in a coma? Because that would just be missing the point. The point is that this fantasy you guys live in, where you act like a world with no objective morals is a world of chaos where conversation is impossible, is total horseshit, which is facts. I just dropped a fact nuke on this asshole. And I told him, also, you making no objective morals sound absurd isn't a fucking argument. It quite frankly doesn't fucking matter how absurd you find it. You still need to prove somehow that morals are indeed objective instead of bitching and whining about how scary you think it would be if there were no objective morals. He goes, wow! Wow! Hold on, just make sure you can see this. Let me enlarge it too. Hopefully this is easier to see now. Hold on. Wow! I asked a simple question and this is your reply? I think you used all the cursings up. All the cursing words. You used them all up. Get it? You used them all up. Like, bro, I totally don't think anyone can even curse anymore, bro. You're so unfunny, bro. Shut up. Like, I seriously, I don't think anyone can curse. We can't even curse. You use all the... Leave some cursing for us, bro. Leave some cursing for the rest of us. Like, shut the hell up. Sort of unfruitful. Why are you talking to me like I'm in your Sunday school class? Hey, pal. Look, I'm grabbing your shoulder right now, by the way. Man, I love you, man, but you've been straying away from the good Lord recently. You have. I've noticed it. And there's nothing I want to do more than to help a fellow brother come back on the path of Christ. You've been making some unfruitful decisions in your spiritual walk recently. Like, shut the hell up, bro. Who do you think you're talking to? No, I don't think it's unfruitful. I don't think it's unfruitful. Quit saying unfruitful, by the way. I can't... Oh, my God. It makes me want to kill myself. What? Unfruitful. Like, who goes around saying this shit? I know he doesn't use that word in any other conversation in his life. He only uses it when he's talking about Christianity. I'm not here to insult, but I'm fine to have a peaceful debate if you'd like. I'm not keeping it peaceful. I don't do that shit. If you want to have a peaceful debate, go somewhere else. That's not fun to me. I'm doing this because I enjoy it, not because I'm getting fucking paid to. If I was getting paid to, then I'd be peaceful as all get out. But I'm not. I don't have the composure to sit here and read this dumbass shit and just not care and just like keep the most basic face on planet Earth. I can't. I'm not doing it. It's not within me. You said that there were no objective morals, but later you said that someone's morals can be objectively wrong. Huh? That doesn't make any sense. Huh? No, idiot. That's not what I said. Well, I mean, that is what I said, but I'm not saying it in the way that you're implying, where I'm like, oh, morals can be objectively true, and then morals are also objectively false. No, idiot. If that person then told me, they said, no, I'm okay with killing people in comas. I'm okay with that. Okay, well then they wouldn't be objectively wrong. I can't say you're objectively wrong for that. I can't. Unless there's something else, like I could, again, go to something else, appeal to some other thing, and try to work with them there. Like, maybe, what if somebody was in a fight and they got knocked out and then they're unconscious for like 10 seconds? Can you then quickly stab them in the neck with a knife? Maybe they still say yes. If they still say yes, dude, this is like we're talking about 0.00001% of the population, and we can literally just hand wave them away. Who cares at that point? Okay? But apart from that, yeah, I'm not saying that the initial moral statement is objectively wrong. But I am saying, and which is true, and which both things can exist at the same time, you can have a subjective moral opinion that you came to, again, subjectively, and then I can prove to you that you are objectively inconsistent. You don't actually believe what you just said. That is the difference. You not being able to understand that is proof of your low IQ. Anyone watching this, if you still don't get that, you're just a moron. Hold on. Either there is an objective truth or there isn't. The Bible says that God has written his law on our hearts. Can you shut the hell up about the Bible? Shut up! Oh, no, first off, no, it's not. The law is not written on all of our hearts. There are people, what your morals are is, and at least not in the way you're saying it. Your morals are influenced by culture. Your morals are influenced by those around you. So there are things that, as Americans, or not even America, because America is a massive, gigantic place, but there are things that people in rural Alabama which is where I live, they'd be like, oh, this feels really bad. I probably shouldn't do this. Meanwhile, people in China or people in fucking Bangladesh or people in fucking Europe, any country in Europe, don't feel that way. Or they feel that way about stuff, and then we don't. Like, what is perceived as wrong is so vastly different from person to person, from culture to culture, from country to country, from everything to fucking everything. That's not true. There are people who, dude, sleeping around, that used to be the common thing. That was the default. Going around, like, sex parties and sleeping with it. Nowadays, some people, if you look at somebody the wrong way, even while you're in a monogamous relationship, that feels bad. Like, the law is not written on everybody's hearts. That's bullshit. If that were true, I'm not even saying everyone would have the exact same principles, but they'd be a lot fucking closer than they are now. You know there is an objective truth. You just admitted that. No, I fucking didn't. That you misinterpreted it because you're a dumbass. That's how you know abortion is wrong. No, I actually don't. I actually disagree with that. And see, now it fucking backfires on me, doesn't it? I try to use the abortion thing because I know that he's going to agree with the pro-life position. And then he goes, oh, look at there. Now you know that pro-life. Now you know you're actually pro-life. Now you know abortion is wrong. It's objectively wrong. You knew that, don't you? Oh my God, like, I can't win. I can't fucking win, bro. That was a great thing. That was a great point by me, or a great tactic by me, is bringing up the abortion thing. And this asshole just turns it right the hell around. That's how these people's brains work. Look, he's using abortion, and he's taking the pro-life position as a example. That must mean he knows that abortion is objectively wrong. God told me. Did he tell me? Well, guess what? I actually don't believe that. I was just using that as an example for your dumbass. Because, yes, I would agree that the argument for abortion from unconsciousness is retarded. I would agree with that. It doesn't mean I'm pro-life. It means that argument is stupid. That's not a good argument for it. Prove me wrong objectively and infallibly. Prove me wrong. All right, I guess I did prove you wrong. All I have to do to just prove you wrong about saying that I know abortion is wrong is just by saying no, I fucking don't. There we go. I proved you wrong. That's all it takes right there. Fucking idiot. He doesn't even know what he means by this sentence. Prove me wrong. Prove you wrong on what, you idiot? You're just making claims about my brain. So what, am I supposed to... How the fuck do you want me to fucking split my head open and show you? Like, what the hell? You're an idiot, bro. According to your logic, me being wrong because you say so. Wait, what? According to your logic, me being wrong because you say so, you're also wrong because I say so. Yeah, that's how morals work, dumbass. That's how that works. I know that. I've already fucking come to terms with that. He's like, this is so stupid. This is so dumb. Again, you're trying to build this world like a fucking fantasy novel writer. You're trying to world build here with this planet that we just can't have conversations about morals if there's no objective moral. Because look, I say you're wrong and you say I'm wrong, and we just both say each other's wrong, so we can't even do anything there. No, dumbass. Nope. Go reread my fucking comment. This right here proves you wrong, bro. It proves that you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yes, we can have discussions. So even if Christianity is false, it'd still be true because I'd be the ultimate judgment of truth. Oh my God. See, this is why, bro, this is why I said this part right here. I said, no, I didn't say there is no real truth. I said there is no objective moral truth. There's a reason I fucking made that distinction, because I knew this brain dead fucking zombie wouldn't get it. And that right here it comes out of there. He goes, even if Christianity is false, it'd still be true because I'd be the ultimate judge of truth. No, it wouldn't. Christianity is not a moral system. Well, I mean, Christianity has a moral system, but it also makes claims about the beginning of the universe. It also makes claims about history, like all of history, an all-encompassing account of what history was. It makes claims about everything, bro. Christianity is not just morals. If you said, even if the moral system from Christianity, even if the 10 Commandments or something like that was false, it'd still be true. No, idiot. If Jesus coming and dying on a sin, that is a historical thing, a historical claim. It's a factual thing. You have to disprove or prove it. That's not like morals. Like, God, you're an idiot. You don't understand the fucking difference, bro. I told you the difference. There is a difference between, and the same thing in that guy's presentation. He was like, look, people won't disagree on if it's a red or a green light. So why will you disagree on if this is wrong or right? Because those are two separate fucking things. One is a factual matter. Is it red or green? And then one is like this vague ass, non-grounded ass fucking idea. Okay? That's why. The Bible says, hold on. But wait, you'd also be the ultimate judge of truth. So we're both right and we're both wrong from your viewpoint. What? No, we're not both right and we're not both wrong. Because guess what? I just got through fucking saying you don't even understand it. No, we wouldn't be both right and both wrong. We would just, neither one of us would be right. Neither one of us would be wrong. If we were, and I'm going to restructure your sentence because I'm not a complete retard. I'm going to change this. I am changing your sentence to even if the moral system from Christianity is false, because that's actually, we're talking about morals here. We're not talking about fucking if Jesus actually came back and died. Yes, you can fucking prove if he did or did not. Yes, you can actually look at that and objectively come out with an objective outcome, like yes or no in that instance, because it's different than morals. You retard. So no, we're not both right and both wrong. I'm not right for disagreeing with the idea that, like objectively right for disagreeing with the idea that gay people should not have to marry or should not be allowed to marry. I'm not objectively right for that. I still think you're a piece of shit if you don't agree, but I'm not objectively right and you're not objectively wrong because there is no objective. Again, notice how these arguments, every time I argue with somebody about objective morals, we never argue. We never argue. It's just people ranting and raving for a fucking essay about how that would really suck. That would really suck if I can't just say that I'm right about everything. I can't just say that I'm right about everything and point to Bible and say, look, I'm right. I can't do that. What? What? Look at that. Look what I'm fucking... I'm actually highlighting that exactly. What? What? Can't do that. The laws of logic are a reflection of the God Almighty. They are non-contradictory. Again, logic has nothing to do with it. Has nothing to fucking do with it. You truly cannot come to any reasonable conclusion about anything from your viewpoint. Yes, the hell I can. Because again, we're talking about morals. I love how halfway through this, he just blended morals and reality together. And now, if I can't call somebody objectively wrong for saying this lie or whatever, then I also can't say that this phone objectively exists. Like, what? Just a dumbass, bro. They blend them together because they don't fucking get it. They don't fucking get it. I can prove that this fucking phone is here. I can fucking prove that. I can objectively prove that. Can I objectively prove that, I don't know, some fucking, like, lying is inherently bad? No. Can I prove that lying sometimes can lead to bad outcomes? Yes, that's something concrete. You can actually examine the outcome. Or I won't even say bad outcomes. I'll say like outcomes that harm humans. Because bad is implying that you shouldn't have done it. Like you ought not to do it. But again, you can't objectively prove that I ought not do that. It can lead to negative outcomes for human beings. Or I won't even say, again, I can't say negative. I'll say harmful outcomes. As in, it causes suffering. Which is something you can measure. Okay? Not like with individual quantifiable bits or whatever the hell, but you can measure suffering. You truly cannot come, let's see, I can say whatever I want and so can you and anything goes. And you cannot prove that the former statement is wrong from your viewpoint either. Wait, what? I can say whatever I want and you cannot prove that the former statement is wrong from your viewpoint either. I don't know what he's talking, what is the former statement? This one? You truly cannot come to any reasonable conclusion about anything. Yes, I can. This phone exists. Just came to that conclusion. And I came from it from my viewpoint that objective morals don't exist. You realize how? Because they have nothing to fucking do with each other. That's how. Now, if I said this phone or turning on this phone is morally corrupt, then how the fuck would I prove that? How the fuck would I prove that? I can't. Now I, a follower and slave of Jesus Christ, can actually know things for 100% certain. Here lies irrefutable proof that the Christian God is real and that you should repent. For there is one God and one mediator between God. Is this his... He says, here lies the irrefutable proof that the Christian God is real. You ready for it? You ready for the irrefutable proof that the Christian God is real? 1 Timothy 2, chapter 5. That's his proof. I actually can't. I'm not even going to read it. I'm not going to read that. I can't do it. And if you think that's a bad argument, prove it wrong right now. Hopefully you're talking about all of this and not 1 Timothy 2:5. So I already did prove this whole fucking bullshit is a bad argument. It's not even an argument. You're not even arguing for shit. You're just being a cunt. You're just being a bitch. So yeah. Key notes here. Objective truth, like grounded truth, and then objective moral truth are two different fucking things, like I already told you up here, but you didn't fucking understand. Genuinely, what happened in your brain when you read that? Ask yourself that question. What happened in your brain when you read that? How did you not understand what I meant? To go on and say this, and you're a dumbass. You truly are a dumbass. Please take an IQ test now. Go take one now. Go to a medical doctor, sign up, pay a fee, and sit there for, and it better take more than an hour. Take a good one. So yeah. So those are the two big things. Objective truth and objective morals are different. And then the second one is, no, I didn't contradict myself. You can have subjective morals and then prove to someone basically that they don't believe their own thing by proving them logically inconsistent. I'm going to stop using the word objectively inconsistent because your brain is not powerful enough to understand that when I use the word objective in that way, it's still different from saying that there are objective morals. So I'm going to change it just for you. Do you feel special? Are you a special little boy right now? Do you feel I'm accommodating you? You're welcome. I'm pampering you. So let me pamper you right quick. The objective morals can be logically inconsistent. You'll prove someone's that whatever moral system that they have, I can prove that they are logically inconsistent there. And so they actually don't believe that. They don't believe what they just said. It makes no sense what they just said. They could change it to something else, and it could be, you can have something be logically consistent, and that doesn't actually mean that it's objectively the true moral claim. Do you understand that? Do you realize that? Do you realize that? You can have it all be totally consistent, totally coherent, not even the slightest bit of error in your way of thinking, not even a little bit. And yet still, you could not be objectively correct. Do you get that? Hopefully, me putting it that way, now you understand what I meant. Why does it take a 30-minute video for you to understand it, though? Ask yourself that. Why does it take all of that for you to get it? I don't even know. You might even still not get it. See up here? Then you have show them that there are subjective morals. Like, I capitalized this stuff here. I capitalized it to show him that I recognize that I am putting these two together, and I am I was hoping that his stupid ass would realize that I'm not like overlooking something here. I'm not accidentally saying that or subjective systems are actually objective. I was hoping that he would realize that because I made them. I put them on all caps, put them right next to each other, and used what I thought was specific language when I used inconsistent. Inconsistent. Do you see that? Do you see how inconsistent is different than true? They're two different words. They mean two totally different things. Inconsistent and true are not the same thing. So no, me telling somebody that their belief system is objectively inconsistent is not the same thing as me telling them that they are objectively wrong. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not the same fucking thing. Holy. Like, look at the... I make it so clear in this. I worded this so precisely. This was such a great comment by me. And just doesn't understand a lick of it. Doesn't understand one word. Pick one word from this comment. He doesn't get it. Pick one. I. Right here. I. He probably thinks that I meant like my dog or something. Because he's that retarded. Jesus.